Hey everybody, Aaron Rath here from Rat's Tesla, and today I wanted to drop a video for you guys uh, on a product that I got from our friends at Handshow. Now typically if you've been following my channel, and if you haven't, you need to hit that subscribe button down below. But if you've been following the channel, you've seen that we've done a lot of exterior stuff. We put spoilers on the front, a lip on the front, spoiler on the rear, all kinds of stuff on the outside. We've yet to do much on the inside of the car. So today we are going to do a modification to the inside of the car. So with that being said, again, our friends from Handshow sent this over. So let's take a quick look at what they sent us, and then over the next couple days, I'm going to get this installed. I don't really have time today to install it, but I wanted to get started on recording of the video so that we can get this installed. It's not a very hard install. It does require some panel removals, but very easy panel removals. So we'll get to that here in just a little bit. But let's go through the unboxing and opening of what we have here from our friends at Handshow. This is the S11 dashboard screen from Handshow. So it's an 11-inch diagonal screen, so it's like 10.88 inches, but you can see it has Apple CarPlay. It has vents underneath so it does not block the airflow. It has display synchronization, so all of this data on here is synchronized with what you would see on your center display. It's an immersive HD display with customizable UI themes. So let's get this open. I already pre-opened it because this box is on there pretty solid. Let's see what comes in the box. First off, in the box you have a letter to the customer, right, talking about Handshow and all that stuff. I'll have a link to this in the description down below so that you can buy your own. They've given us a discount code, Rat's Tesla, so you can use that and get a discount on this for anything on their website. So comes with a card that has who you can contact if there's problems. It has instructions for just a manual and for a video if that's what you need. It also has a bag of goodies. Inside this bag of goodies is pretty much everything you're going to need to get this installed as we dump this out. So it comes with the cabling. This one you can get with a camera to go to the front, but since I have the Juniper, I don't have the camera. But this has the cabling to connect to the car. We'll get to that in a second. This cable comes off of the back of the screen. It's a connector, so it brings this connector under the dashboard. It comes with a pry tool. We will need this. And then it also comes with a USB-C to USB-A adapter, and I'm guessing that this is probably to be able to do updates or something like that. It also has a roll of electrical tape. You'll need that to pull wires. Inside is the screen. You can see it here. It does have a nice covering over it, so you can leave that on until you get it installed. But again, this tucks up underneath the dash, and you have your vents that blow through here, so it doesn't take away your vents. And then last thing in here is a fishing tool, so you can pull your wires through. So you're going to use this to pull the wires through from the dash down to the lower kick panel on the passenger side in order to be able to plug it in. So that's what's in the box. So like I said, I'm going to flash forward. It's probably going to be, today's Thursday. I'm probably going to get this installed either Friday afternoon or Saturday morning. But let's go out into the garage and let's get this installed. All right, we are out in the garage, and there are some panels that need to be removed. You can do this in stages, but I find it easier just to take care of removal of panels all ahead of time, and that way you can do the install and then put the car back together. So there's 3 panels that have to be really completely removed, and then 1 that you just kind of have to drop down. So the 3 that have to be completely removed are the dash cover up here, this side panel here, and then this carpet piece along the footwell. Then this piece underneath here, that holds up underneath the glove box, that one just has to be dropped down, because you're going to run fish wire, fish tape from up above through the glove box area and come out down here. You'll bring your wires out down here, and then your plug is right here in this passenger side footwell. I'm going to put you on a time lapse while I do this because it's pretty easy. This dash, you just get your pry tool out and pop it up. Be careful, but it should all pop out of place pretty easy. It'll sound loud. And then for these panels, it's really easy. You're just going to remove this rubber trim. This panel just kind of pops out. You can see it literally just pops out. So you don't even really need a trim pen or a pry tool for that. And just kind of set that aside. Then on this panel, there's a little plug right here that you have to pop out, and then this will all slide out of place. But I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll put it in time lapse and get that done. Okay, in the Juniper, to remove this panel or drop it, there are two 10mm bolts across the front here that you just have to take out. One on each side, one on the left side, one on the right side. I believe they're 10mm bolts, so let's see. Maybe they're not 10s. They are not 10s. I misspoke. All right, they are 8mm bolts. So there's two of them, as I said, one on each side. You're just gonna take those out, and then this panel will drop down. You don't need to take it all the way out. You literally just need to be able to drop it so that you can fish your wire through. So we're not gonna completely remove it. Okay, once you have those four bolts removed, this panel underneath the glove box just pulls down. So you'll see this panel pulls down, and now we have access to everything we need. We are going to run our wires down through there and then pull them out here, and they will plug in down here. So let's go ahead and run our fish tape and get that all ready to go. Okay, so additional item is you want to unplug this light. In doing so, that'll allow this whole panel to drop down, and then you are going to fish it through the center part there, and then that will come out under there. And again, you want to make sure that you have this piece dropped out of the way so that you can get to that. So now let's go ahead, tape it up, and pull the wires through. Again, just overlap by a couple inches here. Just don't want to catch anything. And then the other thing that is smart to do is when you tear this off, kind of twist it so that it doesn't make a good stick. And then you're just going to kind of feed it up through and do it slowly. Like I said, you got to feed it through the bottom and through the top, because you're going to get caught on things. And then once you have it up through, you're good to go. Just going to pull it over and have it so you have it right behind the steering wheel. So here you can see it, it's pulled through the middle there, and then I have it just kind of sitting here by the steering wheel. We're going to take our fish tape off of there, and because I twisted it and didn't make a clean cut on the tape, it's easy to undo. So we're just gonna set that aside. Now we'll set that aside, I should say. Two things you need. You need the screen and you need the extra cable. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put the screen in place. So just wanna kind of center it onto the steering wheel, and that's just kind of an eyeball thing. I like to use the center part of this vent and center it on the steering column, and then you're gonna push it down and in. You'll hear it click and you'll see it kind of go into place, and it's stuck into place. Now you have three cables here that you need to make sure that you're running behind and up and over, because those cables are the ones that you're going to plug in. Once those are up here, you have three cables on here that you can see. You can see black, red, and yellow. Yellow's for if you got the camera. If you didn't get the camera, the yellow just kind of sits aside. They're color coded, so you're just going to take the red one, plug into the red plug, the black one, and plug into the black plug. Now what I like to do is just take a small piece of electrical tape and tear it off and just wrap it where those join together. You're just kind of giving it a little bit to make sure that they don't come unplugged. And you only need a couple inches of tape for each one of those, because you're not wrapping it completely. You're just kind of putting it on there to make sure they don't pop loose. Now, this cable plugs in to the one you just pulled through. We'll take care of cleaning these wires up here in just a minute. But the one thing we'll do is we're going to pull this down until, well, the other thing I like to do before we pull that all the way down is we're going to put some electrical tape on the plug that we just plugged in so that it stays tight and together. Now we're just going to pull it down. I don't want to pull it all the way down because I want to leave it so that I have enough room to kind of tape this up and out of the way of the dash. So that's what we're going to do there. Now we'll go around to the passenger side and get these plugs plugged in. Now on the passenger side, you'll see there are a couple plugs. There's a power plug right here, and I already have something plugged into it, so this is gonna again jump with this. And then back here, I don't know if you can see it because of the lighting, but right there is, this one would be empty if you don't have anything on it, but since I do, I have an empty one here. So we're going to take these plugs and we're going to plug them in to these other plugs. So you'll see this big plug has an in and an out. So if you were jumping it, you would jump it in, but since I already have one open and I'm not jumping it, we're just going to plug that in there, and then we'll take the power one, and you'll see they're labeled AMD plug, power plug 2+1, or Model Y Highland. So it's not a Highland, but we're going to use the Model Y one. So we're going to unplug the jump that I did here earlier. And I'm going to plug it into this side of this plug. And I'm going to plug this one into this side of this plug. And when I do that, I should start seeing power coming up on the screen. And now you can see it's going into startup mode, and it is on. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all tucked up and cleaned up and away, and I'll show you how I run the wires up top, and we're going to get this all tucked in, back away, and get all these panels put back in place. Okay, so you can see that I have it coming up clean here. I have it all taped down here in the middle. You want to make sure that you're not getting in the way of the clips for the dash. And now we're just going to get the dash and put it back into place and push down, and then we'll come back through and we'll talk about the screen itself. This one has Apple CarPlay. I had to put my steering wheel down. One thing that I'm not a huge fan of is, I mean, I can see what I need to see, but it's kind of blocked by the steering wheel, which is kind of a bummer of this steering wheel, but it is what it is. So let's move the steering wheel down and out of the way as much as I can so that you can see this. Ooh, little ASMR. Okay, you can see that we're getting indications from the screen. This says 75%. Says 75% as well. The only difference is this is a white car. This is touchscreen, so you can scroll through this with your fingers. So we're going to go to set, and well, that's for let's general. We'll go through here. Fahrenheit, I want it on 12 hour. UTC, I think I'm -6. I'll have to check that out. I want America. I want my stuff to come from here through Bluetooth, PSI, and English. Model, we're going to change this to a Model Y Juniper. And then mine is red. Drive mode is left. Display. These are the different displays that I have. My Bulba Internet, I can have full screen, half screen. Front cam, I don't have one on here. Rainbow Road, I want that off. I want this set to auto so that it goes with what my screen goes with. Software, you can do updates here, but you have to be connected. So let's go back. Bluetooth connection. Let's get this connected to my phone, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to go into Bluetooth. You can see the device name there, that TSL number. Look for that in my Bluetooth. Showed up. I hit pair. On my phone, it asks if I want to connect to CarPlay. I'm going to do connect. And then this should pop up into Apple CarPlay, and it does very quickly. So now I got all my maps and everything on the side. I can go through and click on this. I don't typically use CarPlay because I like the maps that are on here. They work just fine. But sometimes when I'm on a road trip, I might throw up Waze on here or use something else, but it's got Waze. So if you're a Waze user, you can set it up. Again, it's asking for instructions from my phone, so I would need to go find it on my phone and get it set up. But you know, that's the setup process for this one. Again, so now if I go back and I go to my regular screen, I should be able to switch. Well, here's a bunch of different things too that you can do. You can preheat. You can turn this screen off. Turn on Apple CarPlay, set your time, your Bluetooth, your settings. You can move the passenger seat forward and backward. Okay, so as look at the screen, I got it back in car mode by using the center wheel here. See if I can get both of them. If I switch to the right, it brings up the settings. I don't want to turn Bluetooth off. I can go out of settings here, click home, comes back here. So on the right side here, I can go through if I want my tire pressure, if I want my post startup, my distance, charging, my consumption grid, settings, CarPlay. It does have Android Auto, Miracast, AirPlay, all kinds of stuff here that you can use for the car. Again, click on CarPlay. It brings up this. We'll set up Waze, because I'll probably just run with Waze on this. But if you want to get back to the car mode on your steering wheel, you just hit this button to the left, then it brings it back to car mode. But you can see it's got a nice display on there. Let's see if I can check out and see what the different UIs look like. So let's go to display. Let's look at UI 2 and go back. So that one's got the power consumption on the side. It doesn't look like you can change it. Miles per hour in the middle, your gears, your lights, and all that stuff there. Okay, so let's go back and get into settings. Let's check out UI 3. Go back. So this one kind of looks like what we had earlier. Let's see if we can, maybe we were on UI 3 before. Oop. So go to display, UI 1. So UI 1 and UI 3 look to be very close to the same. Maybe a little bit different once we start driving, but overall, very good product. It also has the vents in the middle, so it doesn't block the air coming out. So like my air conditioner just kicked on, I can feel the air coming out there, so that's good. You can also change the direction of that air, so that's a good thing. But yeah, overall, great product, really clean and easy installation. And yeah, that'll do it. All right, so that'll do it for today's video. Pretty simple installation, about a 30 to 45 minute installation if you are not filming it. It only took me about an hour and 15 minutes with doing the filming of the car as well. So really an easy installation. The hardest part is taking those 4 panels off. Just take your time taking those out. The hardest one of all of them is the dash. Mine came off fairly easy because I put a new dash in my car. I'll have that video linked up above if you want to check that out as well. But as always, you know, that was a simple installation. We've got some cool stuff coming up, so make sure you're subscribed. I have noticed a lot of the people that watch my videos are not subscribers, and I've noticed that that's a trend for a lot of the YouTubers that I watch, that people just aren't subscribing. You know that it's a free thing to subscribe. You don't have to pay anything to subscribe, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Drop a comment down below, drop a like on this video. Helps out in the algorithm, helps us stay relevant and in the mix. And that'll do it for today's video. Our friends at Handshow, thank you so very much for sending this over. I do have a discount code. I'll have all that stuff linked in the description down below so that you can check this out. Use that description code on anything from Handshow, and it'll get you a discount off of the price. But this product, I'll have it linked down below as well. And yeah, that'll do it for today's video. As always, get out, go drive, be safe, have fun, and be kind. You don't know what people are going through. The person behind you, the person in front of you, you don't know what kind of day they're having, so just be kind to them. Jesus calls us to love our neighbor. Jesus calls us to love everybody, no matter if they're hateful or not. You show them love, and eventually it'll catch on and we'll all be kind to each other. But thanks for watching today's video. Get out, go drive, be safe, have fun. We'll catch you in the next video.